So this is a quick video for a client. I've actually spoken to them before, and this is why they're messaging me back. Is a lot of times, whether you're a practitioner or not, there gets to a point where you hit a ceiling. Maybe you don't know where to look, maybe you don't know what to ask for, or maybe you're new and you're trying to, get some insights and clarity as to what you would do to solve your problems, right? Like something's going on, you looked at your placements, you might be able to locate it, right? Like, hey, I know where this is, I know where my signs are, I know where my planets are. Okay, cool, but what's going on? Or maybe somebody approaches you as an astrologer and they don't know what to ask for. They just know that hey, something's up, right? So I'm going to teach you guys a little something that helps you put things into perspective. How to add context into a chart, right? Because this is going to happen a lot where somebody might think they're going through a particular issue and it ends up being a different issue, or they just, they don't know what to ask. So here, the client is saying, I don't know what I'm asking for. They know they got gifts, etc., things like that, but they want to make something out of it, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get the chart ready. Let me go ahead and pull it out. Just a second, please. And I'm going to open the horoscope, okay? And here we have the chart. So, there are, as usual, so many things that we could go to, but they're telling you they don't know where to start. They don't know what they're asking for. So I've looked at the chart before. I gave them a lot of placements. They were very satisfied, left an amazing review. Thank you so much for, that. I'm thanking the client. But anyways, when somebody doesn't know something or they're in a state of confusion, you have to keep a couple of things into consideration. The mind is the source of confusion, right? Because it is the mind that tries to rationalize things. And in trying to do so, one can either get analysis paralysis or just in general, right? It's thinking and overthinking and introspection that leads to that feeling, okay? So what is the source of that? How do you see that in a chart? There are three main planets, sometimes four, but mostly three. That is going to be the moon, that is going to be the North Node or Rahu, and it's going to be Mercury, okay? So even though we're already kind of splitting things into sections and organizing it, it's kind of not enough. We're going to go a little deeper. Here's what I'm going to do. First of all, as you can see here, the moon is in a Kendra. So a regular dasha is going to work. We're going to actually see where are they, okay? So obviously it is the month of May in 2026, and that time period is going to fall under the Mahadasha of Rahu. So as you can see here, Rahu is a period going on for them from 2015 all the way to 2033. And this means that Rahu is being activated in their house. So wherever Rahu falls, that's going to be activated. Okay? But regardless, now that we have a lot more context, we can start to get more specific, but I'm not going to do all that today because I've seen this client before and I don't want to overfill you with too much information. But as you see here, Rahu is in their 10th house. So the 10th house is sometimes reduced as, oh yeah, that's your career. But it's more than that. It's also, the karma that we do unto others. And it could be related to our dharma as well, even though it is not generally seen as a dharma house. It can be related to that, especially in this instance, because when you do look at their dharma houses, the first one, obviously being the Ascendant Lord is sitting with Rahu. So no matter what this person does, they're always going to feel like an outsider, right? When they get a consultation with somebody, like when they did with me, yeah, they felt seen, which is really cool. We love astrology for that. But this individual needs to understand that their archetype is that of the outsider. They're not meant to fully fit in anywhere. And sometimes it could be very discouraging to not be received well. But in order to transmute that, what the individual can do is combine different things from different either archetypes or social circles and make it presentable to these people, right? And I'll dive into that later. That's actually, something that we would sit down and have, a very long consultation over. But there you go. As you can see, it's Rahu that is causing confusion. Rahu gives moon karma, and this person has Rahu in conjunction with their moon in the 10th house. Okay? So we already identified what they want to ask. They want to ask about everything that I mentioned already. What is their dharma? What is the thing that they should be doing, right? And I don't mean this as a job, which it can be, right? But it's more than that, because we are more than just our jobs. We all have an archetype that we should be embodying. And that archetype is what helps us do things such as our job, or how we, have a relationship with others, or how we can follow whatever planet it is that we're supposed to follow. So this wasn't meant to be a long video. This is just a way to give you an idea as to how to answer people when they don't know how to ask a question. Because many people, they are going to come up to you and they're going to ask you things. And they might even have a specific question. But a lot of times, if you are able to contextualize properly what it is that's going on, you will be able not only to answer their question, but also show them that what they want to ask is in relation to this or that. And that makes people light up, right? Because they're going to, how do you know that? I get really amazing reviews doing things like that. So I really wanted to share that technique. And again, these are short videos for now, but I will be making longer videos on things such as, your archetype, what's your animal, like your spirit animal, how do you analyze transits and timing sequences. But for most people, that is just so many moving parts that they don't need more, they need less. So this was a way to kind of take all the noise and turn it into something, right? Instead of looking at all these moving parts such as, their planets, their signs, their transits, their houses, their divisional charts, right? Because there's just so much in Vedic astrology. This is kind of a way to help you kind of reduce things into something that is observable and digestible. But yes, again, this is supposed to be, like a lengthy consultation, because you got to establish this with your client and kind of define terms. That way, both of you could relay the information properly and actually get something out of. Because what does it matter if you know your signs, right? Like, if you can't do anything with it and you can't piece it together properly, you're kind of not really doing astrology, right? You're just Google copy pasting things. You're just memorizing things. But this is more than about memorizing. This is a way to actually utilize the information. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and ask. Or you can always message me. I'll post my email. And if you would like a consultation, the information will be there as well. You could always, ask that in the comments or send me an email. And if you want me to elaborate a little more on a particular technique or what it is that I am doing in order to find these things, feel free to ask that as well. But thank you for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day.